Good to see you, Mike. I guess for starters, just how have you tried to, I guess, spend your time this offseason? Have there been any priorities in your game when you've been in the gym?
Yeah, I've been doing some traveling, but for the most part, I've stayed put and just been in the gym in LA for a good portion of it. And yeah, just been working on a lot of different things, but playing a lot of one-on-one, figuring out different stuff I can get to comfortably in the mid-range, things like that.
Mike, a lot of fans during the offseason, they see the open runs that happen, and they saw you going up against guys like Chet Holmgren and others in the offseason. How competitive can those get? Is that something where, like, we as fans or media don't necessarily know as much about what goes into those? Like, how can that sort of be competitive?
I mean, it's just like the type of basketball we played growing up. It's a bunch of dudes that are talented, but there's no play calls. It's just play and pick up. You get to work on your game, and it's a bunch of really good players going at it. So those are always really, really fun runs.
Mike, right here in the middle. Nikola was asked about using the way last year ended as motivation.
For me, and then continuing to just get stronger and work on my body. Yeah, I think CB is this working. Yeah, CB spent a lot of time playing with a lot of the starters. So I think he'll integrate perfectly. You know, Julian's a super talented player, an amazing scorer, an amazing shooter. Can really put the ball in the hoop at all three levels, can facilitate. So I like him as well. But they're two different players, but I think, you know, they've been playing basketball their whole life. It won't take them long to – and then I feel like we're an easy group to play with. They've watched us play. Guys kind of know their role. So I think that they would know what they're kind of going into. And, yeah, either way, whoever is that fifth guy in that starting lineup, I think it'll be an easy transition for him.
Michael, you had a short off season after you won the championship, and then last season you fell short. Do you feel like the team, and particularly yourself, will be more motivated this time around as you're chasing the title again?
Yeah, I mean, I don't want to say we weren't motivated last year because we, you know, when you play basketball competitively, you want to win. We wanted to win last year, but I think losing and seeing that we could lose in the Game 7 on home court and then have to sit on that all summer, have to sit on that all summer, it was tough. So I think it definitely is a good motivator. Yeah, going through those hard times and adversity, especially when you got to sit on it for months at a time, it can be good motivation.
Michael, I want to kind of re-ask the motivation thing too, but more personally, because your coach was quick to come out and defend any critics of how you struggled at times in that Minnesota series. Talk about how you were as big a part of the Lakers series as anyone. How good does it feel, I guess, to have that support from your coach right away and make sure that he knows, or you know, he's got your back, but then also was that motivation for you, the struggles in the Minnesota series, personally?
I mean, yeah, I appreciate Coach. I don't know exactly what he said, but, I didn't need anyone to come to my back. I hold myself to a high standard, and I know I didn't perform and do what I needed to do in that series personally. And they saw how I played in the Lakers series. They defended me different. They weren't helping off of me, so I wasn't getting the same shots. So they paid attention to the Lakers series. So it was a different series, but still, the standard I hold myself to, I didn't need anyone to say it wasn't my fault or anything. I'm someone who, as much as the blame as I can take, I'll try to take. So that's kind of what I try to do, and that was a big motivator for me this summer. So, but I do appreciate Coach, having support for his players for sure.
Michael, hey, Michael, it was an offseason where you were completely healthy. I guess when you're that healthy, are there things you can work on that maybe you can, and what maybe did you add to your game because you were so healthy?
Yeah, I mean, a lot of this offseason since I've been in the NBA have been about rehab and getting back on the court, but I've been able to kind of find a good groove and keeping my body healthy, and so I think it's just a lot more playing, a lot more player development, and kind of building on the foundation of what I have. It's not about playing catch-up. It wasn't about playing catch-up for me this offseason. It was just about building and getting better and getting better, getting stronger, getting more comfortable in tough situations, playing a lot of one-on-one. So I'm very thankful that after everything I've been through, I was able to have a fully healthy offseason.
Mike, there's been a lot of talk about the team generating more three-point opportunities this season. Is there anything you feel like you can do when you're on the court to maybe increase the number of threes you're getting?
Yeah, I think I definitely think I'm a volume three-point shooter, so I need to be looking for maybe one or two more three-pointers in the game, but also I need to mix in getting downhill, getting to the mid-range. Someone told me a stat that my mid-range percentage was up there for the league, so I feel very comfortable in the mid-range as well. But I think the biggest thing is being in elite shape conditionally, because then you can play the whole game and move off the ball and continue to be aggressive and continue to move and look for your shot. So I think being in really good shape and pushing myself during the preseason games to tire myself out and get in good shape will be really big for me as a scorer and a shooter to just be aggressive the whole game.
Michael, last media day, we asked if the team could change styles to maybe bend more towards your game, and you said we won a championship, no need to change, but last year obviously come up short. So do you feel there's new wrinkles the offense can add that highlight some of the things you do? And then secondly, playing with the second unit, now that's a different group here with Saric and Russell Westbrook. Is that something you look at and think, I might be able to help there with the second unit?
Yeah, I mean, that's up to the coaches, how they see fit. We got a lot of weapons, a lot of guys who are sacrificing for the betterment of the team. I definitely think even within my role, I can be better within my role and be more aggressive, and there's no reason why I can't take that 17 points a game in my current role or whatever it was to 20, It's just about being in better shape, being aggressive all game, getting to the free throw line more. But however the coaches want to utilize me is up to them. I think that, losing KCP, a shooter like him, there will be even more opportunity for me to look for my three-point shot. I think CB is going to be another fun guy to play with, a guy that can play make, a guy that can get it off the glass, push it, and look for me. I love playing with CB. And then I think, Russell, the way he sees the floor, is going to be really, really fun to play with. DJ looks in amazing shape, and when you got an athlete like DJ getting on the rim, it can open up a lot for shooters like me or Julian. So I'm really excited for the starting lineup, but I'm also excited to stagger and play some with those other guys. I think we got a really good mix of guys.
You mentioned getting stronger, and then you also talked about conditioning. Have you put on weight? Because you look a little bigger. Have you added muscle?
Thanks, man. I'm about 236, 237. So I'll probably play at 232, which is probably 5 pounds more. So it's pretty good.
You just mentioned Russell. What do you look forward for him bringing on the court intensity all the way across the spectrum?
Yeah, Russell's an amazing guy on and off the court. Off the court, he brings the energy every day, the enthusiasm to be on the court. On the court, he was, he acts like the youngest guy on the court with his energy and his enthusiasm. So I watched them play pickup yesterday, and he just was all over the place. He looked amazing. So I think he's going to definitely, bring a new energy to the team. It's a lot of guys who have been together for a lot of years. So to be adding new guys and new personalities is always amazing, especially someone like Russell, who has done everything you can do individually in the NBA and is specifically coming here to win a championship. So he's motivated. We're excited to play with him. I think it's going to be a really good fit. Cool. Thank you, guys. Appreciate it.